What's up, YouTube? May 11th, 2024. I just wanted to take some time today to create a few videos. It's either that or I'll cram all the stuff into this video. I'm still deciding as I go here what I'm gonna do. It's just having a hard time figuring out based off my chaotic schedule. But this is gonna be a what I think might actually have a huge impact for neurotypicals in the world. I was just gonna say that it all depends how I word it. Mainly, I think that it has a lot to do with prophecies in religions, in major world religions, and yeah. So basically, I think it's a debunk because it just goes to show how easy it is to solve all the problems in the world with basic forms of technology that have already been accomplished. And I just want to say that all it really is just me referring to what it's going to be just me referring to what the technology is in particular, and then explaining how it can be used to bring world peace. And then I'm going to explain how that proves that all the religion prophecies are well, not every religion prophecy, but how a lot of the religion prophecies are debunked by the fact that the technology I'm going to describe can solve the problems so easily. Not only does it debunk prophecies, but if people believe that what I'm saying is true, they're gonna believe it debunks the prophecies as well. So, first of all, the technology is just nanotechnology. Now hear me out. Before you say that nanotechnology has been achieved already and it hasn't brought world peace, well, hear me out for a second. Consider that nanotechnology can easily be used to bring world peace, because nanotechnology can be used to push all of the trapped heat inside of people's bodies out of their body. Now, why would that bring world peace if nanotechnology did that? Well, because in physics and science, if you push all the heat out of an object, or rather, if you push the more heat you push out of an object, the colder it becomes, and the colder you make an object, the harder it becomes. It becomes more solid. So, which makes it a stronger object. So yeah, I mean, look at metals, wood, solid, rocks, all the solids of everyday objects. They're all perfect examples of what I'm saying. They're manufactured and created and turned into that through, whatever it's called. And by the way, I have talked about this theory before on my channel that I'm talking about today. I just didn't talk about it in a standalone video like this. I talked about it when I was covering a bunch of different topics in one video a long time ago on my channel. I don't even remember which video in particular, and I don't really care. But anyway, I mean, I don't care much about which video, I should say. So anyway, so yeah, basically, nanotechnology can just be so small that it can make its way through the holes of the human body. Like your skin has holes. It's just they're really microscopic, and the nanotechnology can just fly in and then just like absorb all the heat, and then just like or take certain concentrations of heat rather, and yeah, I mean, could just do that to get the heat out theoretically. I mean, the thing is, I do want to mention though that it'd be kind of tricky though, because technically nanotechnology, it could make its way in and get the heat, but like as soon as it leaves, like it could be like a vacuum and absorb the heat. But then like as soon as it leaves leaves from where it came in, it just goes out from where it came in. But then like there'd just be more heat to come in anyway. So it had to be like, unless it can like create like seals on like patch up the hole or something after it's done getting all the heat, or it can. Now the other thing is with how small it is, I don't think obviously it could not possibly absorb all the heat. Like I imagine like a miniature robot that has like a box attached to its end, and like just like vacuums and sucks up all the heat in like a sack, like a mosquito, and then just like flies out from where it came in. But even if it does that, it can't absorb all the heat in your body, which is why you would need multiple microscopic robots to go in, or beyond microscopic robots to go in and do it. And they'd have to do it pretty quick too, because every time you take heat out, heat would come back in. I mean, this is assuming, of course, you'd be in an area where there's actually heat, where it's actually a humid environment. If this was done to humans, if they're in some sort of environment where it's already very cold, like a freezer environment, and then the robots go in and just take the heat out, like it could be easily achieved. Just like as long as the humans are already in a cold environment, it'd be easier. But if they're in a hot environment, it'd be far more difficult. Because then every time the robot takes some heat out, some more would just fly in through the air. The air will put just oxygen in the room or whatever, or wherever it's at, whether it's a room or not. And which is why if that happened, they would need to have more than one to keep up with the rate of air exposure, air that keeps going in and going out. And would also have to resort to more than that. Like such nanotechnology wouldn't have to necessarily absorb the heat to get it out of the person's body. They could just use some sort of device to pull the heat, drag it with it, behind it, to get it out. So, theoretically speaking, there is... Well, I mean, I do want to say by laws of physics, I don't think it's possible for a piece of metal to magnetically pull heat gas particles that are micro or not, because heat isn't really magnetic. Gas particles aren't magnetic unless they have some sort of metal in them, but micro gases do not. Now, believe me, I've studied the quantum scale, and they don't. So that would not be feasible, but it's not really necessary, because there's always the option. There would always be an option of just capturing the heat in a container, just flying out flying back out the way they came in, to have make sure that all the heat gets taken care of away from where it was put in. And if that's the case, then nanotechnology that's been invented could have long since done that. And yet all these religions say it couldn't have. Doesn't that prove all these religions wrong? And yeah, this is why I'm just gonna say that. Um, this is why I'm just gonna say that in the end, I'm just going to say that it does debunk the religions. Okay. And I hope this message makes it to high authorities. I hope it makes it to scientists in science labs across the world. I hope it makes it to universities. I hope it makes it to schools. I hope it makes its way to churches, police stations. Any authoritative figures should know about it first, as they are the smartest people involved when it comes to researching what I'm saying. I haven't really seen any science articles posted on the internet ever talking about what I'm saying, but maybe there has been something similar to what I said. Although if it has been proposed as a theory, it was probably articles written by people saying that will happen someday, but only for the sake of the evolution of artificial intelligence and of future technologies for the world, rather than something that could be done in modern day. But I completely disagree. I just completely disagree. I think it could be done in modern day. Yeah, I mean, there probably has been something said about it that it could be done in modern day by one in some of those articles at least, but probably not, definitely not the majority of them though. One's talking about nanotechnology used as a means to help the world. Now again, I'm not saying that the only way to bring world peace or to make objects stronger is through nanotechnology, because bigger sized technology can do it, as I've gone over before, and others have talked about well before my time on this platform. But regardless, my point still stands that it's possible nanotechnology, even in modern day, despite what these religions say. This is a highly convincing argument, in my opinion, that all your religions are wrong and have been wrong, just like I've been saying for years on this channel. I mean, this is one of the easiest ways to tell, is just think about nanotechnology versus trapped micro heat particles in everyday objects. I mean, so if that's the case, then it must be possible for the nanotechnology that the world already has to just basically just take the nanotechnology and absorb the heat. Do a human trial, do a human test. I would be willing to volunteer personally. I would go into a cold environment, and it's just controlled so that it's just only cold air is flowing in. There's no hot air flowing in. I mean, some cold air gets to flow out. It's not going to become an ice age in there, but just keep staying at, like, let's say negative 10 degree, not negative 10 degrees, but let's say it keeps staying at about let's say 10 degrees. I'd still be willing to do it. It'd be excruciating, but with nanotechnology, it wouldn't take very long. Such technology would be very small, but also very fast to pull the heat out, as it would be able to easily enter the microscopic holes in my human body and absorb all the heat out very easily and quick. My body would become much physically stronger. For example, just my hand would be hard as probably wood or metal, and it wouldn't be a painful process, other than, of course, as my body wouldn't really get stabbed by a poker or anything. So yeah, I mean, it would just be, there would be no needles or things used to stab the skin or the body. You're just having the holes in your body that are already there being intruded upon by nanotechnology to get out the nasty stuff in your body called heat. Heat is the nastiest stuff in the universe. And but once captured, can be put in tubes, in jars, and distributed all throughout the world as per necessary. Once that's done, not only I'm willing to volunteer. Please, humanity, make me the first volunteer. I'm be more than willing to do it. You know that after the things I've talked about and done on this channel, I would be the #1 candidate. All right, take me first. Make me the first human to be like a robot. All right. Make my skin hard as steel. All right. Make my skin harder than rocks. Please do it. We're bringing in an age of things and technologies the world has never seen before. It's all too necessary now. There's no going back. And I'm just gonna say that whoops. I was just gonna say that I love what I do here. I love what I've done on this channel. I love this planet. And yeah, I just want to say thank you all for watching. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.